Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 1181 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show, we have Trevor Carr on, and we're going to be talking about how he's been buying super cheap domain names and flipping them, making upwards of $197 for a $10 domain name, and how he's been doing this day in and day out. He even actually did this yesterday. Let's get into it. Here's Trevor. We are here today with Trevor Carr. Trevor, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mike. Absolute honor for me to be here today. Thank you very much.
Great having you here. I've actually known Trevor for quite a while now. He's been one of my top affiliates when we do product launches, and I'm actually was really surprised that you've never been on my show before, Trevor. It's past due. Glad to finally have you on here today. We're going to be talking about something that Trevor's been doing, and something that is a breath of fresh air. He's got a product coming out about something that he's actually doing himself, which as you know, Trevor, as you know, it's hard in this internet marketing niche to find stuff that's real and has the proof behind it. And I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to go ahead and read off the headline for this and let you bring us into this. It says here exactly how we were able to buy and sell 18 domain names and pull in over $1,900 in just 51 days, and how you can do the same. So bring us into this. And again, one thing I like about this, it's not talking about making millions of dollars. It's something that's real and it's achievable. Bring us in. Why should we be excited?
Absolutely. I mean, first off, Mike, that headline is actually old news now. So when I get off the call, it's going to be updated. I'm not sure the number of domains we're up to, but I know I've personally sold another 2 domains yesterday at $197 each.
Wow.
So that figure is also up into the 2000s. Lance has been selling more as well. This is something that you're right about, the kind of finding a product where we do it ourselves. A lot of the time people come to us and people come to me and say, I've got this product, and it's great, and I go through a training and think, I'll launch it with you, and it's lovely to do that and to help people get a start as well. But so often that means that the likes of me and you are not actually the people doing the thing that we're selling and we're promoting. But in this case, me and Lance are actually with kind of passionate secret domainers, and we're very competitive. It's a nightmare with me and him. We're on opposite sides of the world. Literally, he's like right on the west coast of America, and he's 8 hours behind me. But there's a lot of similarities. His weather and everything else. So when we're if it's a day like this, here it is, there, etc. We're always competing. So we've been competing a little bit on the domains. I've only just started going into this particular campaign because I've been building out all the content for this course, but he started a few weeks ago. And all he's been doing is every day he'll wake up and it'll be sort of my 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and send me a message, sold $147, sold $197. And the pressure's on. You think, I'll catch you up, buddy, I will. But it's what we do. We're very passionate about domains. We've brought out previous courses on domains, and actually Lance is an official flipper broker. There's only 20 in the world, and he's one of those. So he's kind of right in there in the thick of it, and he gets to see, he's got like the inside track on what's selling and what's not, which helps him to understand the market when it comes to domains. Now, let me just say this. Buying and selling domains might to some people be a bit like, I don't think I could do that, I've never done it, but it's so simple. You've got the likes of GoDaddy. It's very user friendly, the site is user friendly. They're looking to attract people like us who are just normal people that are not domainers. You don't have to worry about anything. I used to think that there was lots of things to worry about with buying and selling domains, and that you'd need to know the lingo and all that. But there really isn't anything to it. You buy a domain, you find a domain that's got either it's it looks good, sounds good, it's got aged value, or it's got real value, or it's got perceived value, or it's brandable. There's so many different things that make a domain saleable. You find that, and then you sell it. And literally in GoDaddy, the last few days, they've added a new update on the way they do things. And what's called a push is how if I sell you a domain, I push it to you, right? Mm-hmm. Now all you have to do is give me the email address you log into GoDaddy for. I literally paste that in. I click a button and it says, okay, it's on its way. You receive an email, you accept it, and we're done. I mean, I've done 2 pushes yesterday, literally both of them, different parts of the world, in a few minutes. And the people are on chat with me saying, do I just accept it, Trev? I say, yeah, you just accept it. It's yours. Job done.
So these domain names that you're buying and selling, you're just buying for less tech people, it's just like the name of the domain, the name yes. of the website, like MikeFromMaine.com. That's the domain name there.
Yes.
Are you selling like a full website with content and things on it, or just that name?
Just the name. Now you can sell a website if you want to, and if some of your viewers are that way inclined, then you can try all sorts of things. I sometimes do build out like a one-page website, but the thing is that usually the person that's buying the domain just wants the domain, and they've got their plans for that. They might want to sell it on. I tend to approach things as a wholesaler, and that's what we teach inside Exodus, is that you find a domain for, like, you're buying it maybe $8, $10, $15, really low like that. Then you're going to sell it. You might find that you can get an appraisal for it. Like I've got appraisals for my domains over $20,000, but then GoDaddy might appraise it at say $1,200. And I've been speaking to GoDaddy support team, and they're like, "Oh, where did you get that domain?" They're impressed with the domains that I've found and good choices and that. But they say, "How much do you sell it for?" I said $197, and they're like, "Oh, right." They've got it on there. If I literally in my account, if I go sell my domain, it will come up like $1,200. But I'm not going to go for $1,200. I'm just looking for 97, 147, that sort of thing, 197. So that there's a fast flip. I'm not interested in holding out for the bigger money. I'm like the wholesaler. The next person, they can hold out for the bigger money. So it's really simple. It's just the domain. You don't have to worry about anything other than you buy it. It's in your account. You offer it for sale. Somebody pays you. You push it with a click of a button, literally. It's as simple as that. So, you can overcomplicate these things, but I think it's got so much easier than it used to be. I started buying domains in 2000, but yeah, and I've still got one domain that I bought back in 2000 that's now worth, I think, about $20,000.
Let me ask you this. Let me cut in. You said you've been doing this since 2000. So
yeah, buying, not selling. That's the thing.
Let me ask you this: like, for someone just getting started, they might be saying, okay, well, he's been doing this since then. He's got all these domain names, and he bought way back when all the domains were available. Now there's nothing left. Like, have you bought anything recently that you flipped recently?
Oh God, yeah. I've got domains. I've sold domains in the last 5 days that were bought in the last few months. One of them was bought a year ago, only because I was going to keep that domain and pimp it and build out a website. Mm-hmm. But in the end, I thought, no, let's just flip it. So I just flipped it. The domain that I've got the auction running for on Facebook at the moment, fitiseasy.com, I bought that a few months back. And now the only reason I've had them a few months, Mike, is just because I'm busy with all the launches and the promos and everything else. I've not had a chance to flip them. But what Lance does, for example, is literally he will go and find a domain now, and then he'll list it for sale the same day, so, and using the various traffic methods that we teach inside the course, anybody can do that. So you literally, there's a real chance that you could find a domain now and have it sold by the end of the day, so, and they don't have to be domains that you've had for a long time at all.
Do you need to have like a bunch of, like a big budget to do this, Trevor? Do you need like a website and a big email list and all that fun stuff?
Nope, you don't. And we've tested out all the different strategies for this. First of all, if you've got an email list, you can use it, of course, but we can use our email list for anything. And also inside the course, we teach you list building so that you can build out that list and you can use it with that. But you don't need a list. You can use our free traffic strategies as well to get eyes on these offers. And that way you can get people who are likely to be interested in that sort of thing to see your domain and buy your domain. you don't need a budget as such, because a domain is going to cost you. I mean, it depends. Some of the places where you can buy domains, like GoDaddy, for example, you can buy them they'll do special offers. I tend to recommend that you stick with a .com because it's the most highest perceived value. But if they're running a special on a .net, for example, you can get a really decent .net and you can sell that. I sold a 4-letter .net yesterday for $197. Now, I found that .net, it was an expired .net, and it cost me, I think, about $10 to register. All right, so that gives you an idea there. But a little tip: if you go to GoDaddy and you search for a domain name, if you put it in your basket, the next day or the day after, they're going to start emailing you with 25%, 35% off whatever you've got in your basket. So that's a good one. So, and that's also a nice strategy, because you can get a bit carried away. It's very addictive. You see these domains, you think, oh, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. So what we also say is put them in your basket, let them sit in there for a couple of days, go and sleep on it, come back, and if you still think it looks sexy, then maybe go for it. But by that time, GoDaddy would have emailed you and given you a discount coupon. So that brings it down even further.
One thing we mentioned before is how you've got a bunch of proof, and you've mentioned that you've sold some of these very, very recently, as recent as yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and share some of that proof with us?
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look. Where is the share screen gone? Oh, there it is. Okay. Right. Can you see my screen now, Mike?
Yep. You just want to click on your sales page and get rid of me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay. So we've got a lot of proof on the sales page. The fact of the matter is that this is kind of old news now, because I've got another 2 to add on to what you see here. But you can see that this is all very recent. March the 22nd, that's this year. And these are the flips that we've been doing. That there, we've got 197, 197, 147, 147, 147, 497. Now, the 497, there's a bundle there. So you can see you've got 3 different domains. And again, this is all part of the strategy that we teach inside the course, is how to show that value for those domains. And this is a clever system here. On these, you'll see that it says Organified Drink. This is linked with ClickBank offers. So we show you how you can do that and how you can put that in front of somebody, and they can take these domains and start putting them to work to earn themselves money. So it's a full kind of strategy. Another $97 there. April 30th, $77. May the 10th, so that's now this month, $197. Another on the May the 10th, and then I've got 2 more to go on to that I sold yesterday. 2 more, $197. So we're well into the 2,000 now. I'm not sure what Lance's figures are either, so there might be more to add on to there as well.
Quick question. So to make around $2,000, how much do you think the expenses are total for like the domains and everything and all the stuff that you're doing there? Is it a few $100s or to make 2,000?
Excuse me. Let's say it was 20 domains at sort of $10 each, $200. So it's there's low overheads with this. The idea is that you're to buy as low as possible and sell reasonably high, but nothing like the kind of figures that these domains could fetch. I mean, if you look at what I've got there's funzand.com. This has got there's a dictionary word in there, fun, and it's a 5-letter .com. These kind of domains, let me see, jobs now apply, hiring now apply, with this link.com, yourcopyhere.com. These kind of domains are what we're picking up now. This is not what we bought 10 years ago when nothing was available, So we're not ever buying a premium domain. We're only buying or spending the bog standard registration fee for a domain, and that varies, but $10 to $15 is what you're looking at for a .com. You're sifting for gold. It's kind of like the old American West. I call it panning for gold.
Yeah.
It's this is the training that I show. Panning for gold is literally what we're doing, because they're out there, and you just need to know how to find them. There's all different ways, all different kind of clever little ways that you can filter these to find, at any given time, there are, obviously, there are millions of potential domains that you could register right away. But if you went in and you started to search for some domains, I remember back in the late 90s, a teacher at a college where I was actually learning to build websites back then said to me, if you want to buy a domain, everything like table.com, and I remember the words he said, table.com, orange.com, etc., have all gone, so you need to get on it now. So you would think, that was a long time ago, you would think that everything's gone, but it's not. And also people bought domains back then, held on to them, and then they've got to the stage where they've just let them go.
I've let domains go, and I sold a domain. I had a domain. It was DC Restaurants, like Washington, D.C., DCRestaurants.com. And a guy offered me $100 for it. And I was just like, okay, I don't really want to deal with this anymore. I'll just sell it. And I sold it for $100. Now it's listed for $1,500.
Yeah. Well,
my brother does a lot of domaining also. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I know he bought a website. It was like chimney, something to do with chimney. I'm not going to give his domain away on this call, but it was something to do with like sweeping chimneys. And he ended up building it up a little bit, just adding some content, a little bit of content to it, and he sold that for I think it was around like $10,000 or something. Yeah. So I mean, just to kind of think out of the box, even if we stop thinking about what you're doing here. I mean, people want to go into this and say, okay, if they find a really good one, maybe they find something that's a really premium domain while they're panning for gold, and they can say, okay, maybe I'm going to build this one up a little bit and then sell this as a big website and get even more money from it. I mean, I guess you could have different things. Okay, these are my ones that I'm going to buy for $10, sell them for like 50, 100, 197, and then these are the ones. Okay, let me put a little bit more time into these ones over here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody is interested in that kind of thing, then it definitely can make a big difference. You can go to, for example, Flipper, and we cover Flipper inside the course as well. And you can sell in there, and you can sell just a domain, or you can sell what's called a starter site. And I've been following some people selling starter sites, and it's astounding, really, because I look at it and think, well, I could do that. I mean, I know I build websites, but they've got like a 1-page, 2-page site. There doesn't seem to be much needed to call something a starter site. So if you're that way inclined, then yes, it's a bit like, there's a lot of similarities with domains and real estate. You can buy a domain today, and you can hold on to it. You could have bought one back then, back in the late 90s, and held on to it as I've done with one. But everything I'm doing now is just what I'm buying now and selling now. But you can buy it. It's like buying a house and just sell it on because you bought it cheap, or you can renovate the house, and that's kind of like pimping the domain. Inside the training, I also teach what I call a petty pimp, which is just a small pimp, and that's just
it sounds like illegal work that you do. You guys should see the video, the image that Trevor's got on his sales video to get people to click on it. All this pimping, it sounds like pimps and hoes going on here.
You know me and my pimping, Mike. Petty pimp. I actually teach the readers or the viewers of the course how they can just create a little bit more kind of ooh la la about a domain. I show them how easy it is to create a logo that looks corporate and professional and attractive. And then when they show the domain, they show this logo, and the perceived value is already instantly elevated. You can also, by doing that, you can highlight parts of the domain. So, for example, one of my domains that I sold yesterday was proy.net. Now, that's proy.net. It's a pronounceable word in a 4-letter domain, which is in itself very valuable. But it's also proy.net. So if you were to design a logo, you could highlight the pro and have proy.net, you see. So there's all different ways that you can approach this. It's an addictive and fun business, I must say.
It definitely is, and I have some experience with it as well, and it's definitely one of the. It's fun to go and find these domains and sell them off. Now, Trevor, as far as what's included in the front end here, before we move on to the OTOs, can you just be really clear about what they're going to get on the front end?
Yeah, there's a whole ton of training, but nothing that's going to be leaving you feeling like you're overwhelmed, because it is a simple business. Just remember this: all you're doing is the classic business model. You're buying something low and you're selling it for higher. How high you go is up to you, but that's it. There's nothing more complicated than that. It's very, very easy to do these days. But inside the training, you've got a full section from Lance. Lance is he's a certified broker for Flipper, one of only 20 in the world. So he's also working at Flipper, and he gets to see what's going on behind the scenes. He knows what's valuable, etc. But there are, I think, 13 videos from Lance, and he covers everything in there, from free traffic solutions to selling via Warrior Plus. And we also teach you how to do this without a website. You don't need a website. We'll show you how to set up your own product on Warrior Plus as a vendor. Easy, not complicated. Easy, easy, easy. Literally just a few minutes. And we'll show you how you can do that without a website, and you're in complete control of it, and how it works to your advantage as well. So there's that section from Lance that covers everything you need to know from start to finish: traffic, list building so that you can send out to your list, using Flipper, using Uniregistry, using Warrior Plus. Everything you'd ever want to know about domains is in there, in an over-the-shoulder style. And then you've got my section, and in my section I've got the petty pimp, and I'm also, there's some case study work in there where I show you literally, that the domain that I pimped, I show you that I sold it, and then I show you this clever way that you've got this kind of live controllable aspect that you can update and not waste any traffic that you've already sent to a domain. Because once a domain's sold, it's sold. That's the thing, you only get with us, when we're selling products, that product sells over and over and over again. But with a domain, there's only one domain. So I teach you how you can harness the power of any traffic you've sent to a domain. If it sells very quickly, you can be selling another domain using the same traffic.
Cool. Okay, so that's the front end product, and I know you guys are going to be having an early bird discount on that when you guys go live. As always, if you guys want to get in there, get that early price, you want to get in there early. OTOs, I think you've got 4 of them.
Yes, OTOs, right. You're not seeing my screen at the moment.
No, just you.
Oh, no, okay, yeah. So OTO 1 is my advanced domain strategies for maximum moolah. And this is this is really exciting, because this is like me showing you how I uncover those really special ones that we were talking about earlier. The ones that you find that you think, oh, I might want to hold on to that. But the fact is, there are so many out there that you don't have to hold on to them. It's easy to think like, no, that's just too good. But you'll find domain after domain after domain using this panning for gold strategy. It's fun, slightly addictive, as I said, but very, very easy, and it's pays dividends like you wouldn't believe. So it's using these strategies that can enable you to find domains consistently, even every day if you wanted to, that are sexy looking and have massive perceived value. So that's the advanced training inside OTO 1. Do you want to know the price for these, Mike?
Sure. If they're going to stay the same, you can say the prices. If you're going to change them, then don't say them.
Well, all right. At this stage, we'll just say it's cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they should stay the same.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and say that. Then what's the price for OTO 1?
It's just $37.
Cool.
OTO 2 is our done for you. Now, this is I like done for yous. When I'm promoting other people's products, I like done for yous, because when it comes to a new strategy, I think that what we all want to do is like, I just need me get some money, let me get a sale in, so with a done for you, it means that you can kind of test a strategy while you're learning it. You can get started straight away, straight out the gate. So with this done for you, we've got the actual templates that we've been using, the templates that Lance has used to sell over 20 domains in the last few weeks, so that you can literally take those and copy those, and all you need to do is change the variables, which would be the domain name, and you also get to use the exact email swipes that he's used. So if you do have a list, and there's list building in the front end as well, so that we teach you how to build that list, then you can use those as well. The done for you is it takes all the guesswork out of it, especially with something like this where you think, oh, I've not really done any domaining before. It is all new to me. Is this right? Is that right? We know that when we've had students before, they'd be forever asking questions. So this is like, right, there you go. That's it. All you need to do now is drop your domain in and you're done. That's $37 as well. That's OTO2. So very, very cheap OTOs. The third OTO is our license rights commission bump. One of my favorites always, although I say that, it's not really one of my favorites when it's my own product, because I see the money coming in and going straight back out to the affiliate. So for anyone that doesn't know what this is like the easiest way to have your own product. So if you wanted to make some extra money aside from buying and selling domains, if you put it this way, let's imagine you bought and sold a couple of domains and people are saying, how did you do that? You said, well, I've got this course, Exodus. Now you could just point them to the course and you wouldn't get any benefit out of it. But if you've bought the license rights, you point them to the course and you get every single penny. If they buy the course and any of the upsells, you get the whole lot. So it really is.
I'm going to get that then, Trevor. Instead of promoting it for 50%, I'll get 100.
Yeah, exactly. It is a no-brainer, and I know it works because, as I've said, the notifications come into my phone. It used to be when I had the PayPal notifications set up on there that it would literally, the money would come in, you go, oh, that's nice, and then it goes straight back out again. You think, oh,
you've done all the work, and then everyone else gets paid for it. But you do I mean, people always ask, why do you do this? Well, you do get paid when people buy the license rights, and then after that, then they get paid.
Yes. What? Are you asking me why I do it, or
some people ask us, because Brett and I sometimes resell rights to our products as well, and people always ask us what's in it for us if we're going to give away all the money. But we always tell them, well, we get paid when you purchase the license rights. That's when we get paid. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, and it's just it's an extra way for us to get some more money out of the funnel, but it's a win-win, certainly stacked in favor of the buyer. So yeah, definitely one of my all-time favorites, the license rights. And then finally, OTO4 is a very, very attractive bundle. This is a combination of two high tickets that we've done, where our students have paid us $497 and $697. Now, we've decided to take both of these and bundle them together. It's very, very congruent with the offer, because the first part of it is our high-ticket flip strategy, where we teach you how to take things to the next level. And, we're talking about buying domains low but selling now into the thousands. And then the second one is our synergy training, where we kind of bring the whole thing round so that we're teaching you how to operate as an affiliate marketer in Warrior Plus, making commissions and tying that in with domaining. So, and that's, I think from memory, there's 6 or 7 webinars in that part alone. Plus there's a huge load of bonus training inside, including 3 of my live Pimper webinars, my VIP Pimper webinars, where I teach the whole kind of Pimper method. And that's all bundled up. So it's $1,194 worth of training for just $197. So if you fancy like a high ticket coaching for almost like champagne coaching for lemonade money, that's OTO4.
Trevor, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
I think just to close, I would say that if you've ever been interested in domains, even slightly, which you probably have, most of us have at some point, but you thought that it's complicated. You need to know the lingo, you need to be experienced, and what if somebody asks you this or that? It really is not complicated. Things have changed a lot, and it's so much easier these days. Literally, it's just a few clicks. You find a domain, you buy it. You want to sell the domain. Once you sell it, you push it. It's what we call a push. Literally by pasting their email address inside your GoDaddy account, click on a button and you're done. So it's not complicated, and it's, as I said before, the classic business model. Buy low, sell higher. How high is your choice. So
again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and best of luck with your launch.
Thank you, Mike. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm delighted to finally be on the Mike from Maine show after all this time.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Trevor. If you are interested in picking up Exodus at its lowest price, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, May 16th. You're going to be able to pick it up at its early bird discounted price along with my special bonuses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.